Alrighty. Hello, my name is Nicole Lansworth, and this is my analysis over Black Mirror Season 1, Episode 2, titled 15 Million Minutes. Alrighty, let's get into it. I'm going to start with a little bit about the episode here. This Black Mirror episode is centered around Bing, who is featured on the left here. It follows him in a merit-based society where they are forced to exercise on cycling bikes for a digital currency that they never actually touch. So the merits are used to buy necessities such as food, water, entertainment, as well as skipping advertisements and promoting opportunities for members of the society. So, the only way for members of the society to actually escape a life of cycling away from for digital merits is to audition for a show called Hot Shot, where they have the opportunity to become a star and be the individuals that are actually entertaining the rest of those cycling members. This is where Bing meets Abby. Abby here is hoping to escape this world. She wants to be a singer and audition for Hot Shots. And lucky for her, Bing's brother has just passed away and left him a large inheritance. So Bing here chooses to share his inheritance with her and send Abby off to Hot Shots, where unfortunately she does not make it in the singing industry. She actually joins the pornography industry. And Bing is forced to watch as she is exploited and sent down a path worse than the one that she was on. This leads Bing himself to have a little bit of a mental break. He himself decides to work really hard and earn all of his merits back up and send himself off to Hot Shots himself, where he picks up a shard of glass and he gives a pretty detailed monologue threatening to end his own life and trying to rebel from this society. This sort of backfires on him, where he is instead offered his own talk show and in turn becomes one of those people that is there just for entertainment and uh, leads him down a life where he now is stuck entertaining as well on his own talk show, feeding information that he is forced to feed. So this leads me to technological determinism. Technological determinism is the idea that technology is the motivator of social change. It's the theory suggests that technology and its development is what shapes society and human behavior. This idea also ignores humans as actors and also ignores economical, cultural, political influences. So in simple terms, it's just how that technology drives how society develops. So I kind of put a picture up there, which I think kind of says it best, that we develop um, as a society based on how technology treats us. And I felt like this episode was perfect for that because it just showed how those intangible merits really drove all of the society to work in a specific way, to receive specific entertainment. And it just showed how technology really drove that society and the effect it had on beings' mental health. Okay, so this leads me to a little bit about my four scenes. So my first scene I chose here is where Bing is working and sleeping. It's the beginning scene. It shows how the members of the society are required to ride on these electric bikes and cycle to earn currency. So to me, the economy and the social status of individuals in the society is shaped by this technological currency, and that is not tangible as earners never actually have this currency in their possession. The need for this currency, though, does dictate how these individuals interact and work within the society, and it shows how technology controls society. They're constantly fed these advertisements. They're constantly watching their screens around them in their room. If they close their eyes, there's punishments for that. It just goes to show how technology really affects this society, and it's the sole motivator um, for why they live. Okay, so the next scene I chose is this advertisement scene where Bing learns that Abby is unfortunately now in the pornography industry and not in the singing industry like he was hoping when he donated that money for her. So the members of the society are forced to live in rooms full of screens running advertisements. And in order to skip them, they either have to pay that intangible currency that controls them and controls their whole life, or again, even closing their eyes can have repercussions where higher members of the society come in and they're punished for not watching. So it just goes to show how technology is driving the society. Um, the members are forced to work all day long in order to avoid advertisements that are being forced on them. They're being forced to watch this media against their will. Everything is technological in this world that Bing lives in. And so, since they're forced, like the surveillance of these individuals in the society, it just like the surveillance really controls their behavior. It influences everything about them. They are controlled by what they watch, what they eat, where they work. It's just all decided for them in a decided context. My third scene is going to be the talent show. Um, the talent show is really the only escape of reality, and it's by subjecting yourself to being the entertainment for the rest of society. So there is really um, no goalpost here of opportunities. They only allow one escape from the merit-based society, and that's the escape. They choose the people by the judges. You know, they are voted upon and decided. There's no real luck in the society. Technology drives all of those emotions. It drives all of the decisions because they're hoping to continue to entertain society and hold their attention. And so that technology is what drives the society. And by allowing the only one escape from this merit-based society, technology is controlling the path individuals can take by allowing them only two futures: either cycle away for your life or hot shots. It makes technology a gatekeeper of opportunity. uh, this forces people to adapt their dreams, their goals, their identities to fit into this society that technology has molded. For example, I mean, the thought of being a farmer in this technological world would not even be a possibility due to the fact that you either cycle away and earn merits or you're an entertainer. It just kind of shows the two paths that they were forced to have. All right. So that leads me to the biggest scene that I think really shows how technology drives emotion in this society and how it drives the economic force, and pretty much just society is centered around technology here. It's going to be Bing's protest. The main character here, he ends his journey by attempting to rebel from this merit-based society by using the talent show that he goes on after Abby to deliver a speech of rebellion. There was results in Bing getting his own show, which is the exact opposite of what he was actually looking to do. He was trying to open the eyes to others by surprising the talent show judges with a uh, a rebellious monologue. But instead, it flipped on him where the judges are like decide that they will instead use his voice to influence others and give Bing his own show, which then forces him into a life of work and kind of actually traps him more in the society than he ever intended. uh, so Bing's attempt to rebel was foiled when he received his own show because it's now monitored the same way that he was monitored. These members that are still cycling in the society are still forced to sit there and watch now Bing and pay for advertisements, pay to skip advertisements to watch Bing. Instead, he thought he was going to have a platform to open their eyes and maybe cause this rebellion and get people to really see that this world that they're living in is not right. This society shows how individuals do try to promote change, but then society and this technology just absorbs them and kind of beats that change down. And it just shows how the individual here, Bing, does not change society, but technology drives society. And it really doesn't matter what Bing does, the technology is the driving force in this society. And that leads me to what this episode kind of made me think about in real life, and how Bing's protest shows how media consumption controls emotion and mental health, even in this dystopian world here. Bing is very, very influenced. His emotions are controlled by the shows and the technology and the media that he has shown. I'm going to use Abby as an example. He was infatuated with her and seeing her dreams crushed and her forced to take another path that society dictated for her really was the driving force for him to go and try to make change. Yet technology drove the actual change that happened. It wasn't what Bing wanted. And that just showed how his emotion to technology was controlled. And this made me think of our real world and how many young women, young individuals, young people today in general are influenced by social media models and social media influencers in the life that you see online, and how it can not be true, not actually what they're going through. At the end of the show, when Bing was given his own show, you could see the actor showing how stuck and unhappy Bing felt, but yet he still had to go up there every single day and pretend like and give the speech that he was given and promote the media that society had decided for him. And I feel like a lot of young people in our world see a lot of things on social media now and think that everything should be everyone should be rich and everyone should drive nice cars and everyone should be this weight and everyone should have this color hair. And it just shows how um, technology really does drive the emotions of society and how it makes society develop. Alrighty, thank you for listening.